Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Culture Club podcast.
My name is Rowena. I'm the nutritionist at Las Vegas Urban League WIC.
And I'm Samaj J. Bruce, IBCLC and breastfeeding coordinator for the Urban League WIC. Happy World Breastfeeding, Chest Feeding, and Lactation Month. Breastfeeding Awareness Month began in 2011 when World Breastfeeding Week was extended for the entire month of August. The national event is sponsored by the United States Breastfeeding Committee, USBC, and Governor Sisolak proclaimed August Breastfeeding Awareness Month again for 2022. Our very own Jackie Bondi put that through this year again. So thank you, Jackie. Thank you, State of Nevada, for always supporting breastfeeding awareness. So in conjunction with the Breastfeeding Awareness Month, week 2 is Indigenous Milk Medicine Week, whose theme this year is strengthening our traditions from birth and beyond. There's a Facebook page to check out more information. Week 3, is Asian American Pacific Islander Native Hawaiian Breastfeeding Week, whose theme is telling our own stories, elevating our voices. And week 4 is Black Breastfeeding Week, which is celebrated during the last week of August. This year's theme is a new foundation celebrating 10 years. It began in 2013 with the primary purpose to raise awareness of the particular challenges facing Black breastfeeding parents. These include the facts that Black babies face disproportionately high mortality rates. Black families experience high amounts of disease related to nutrition. There aren't enough people of color in the lactation field to support Black parents, and Black parents face specific cultural barriers to breastfeeding success. Many Black families live in vulnerable communities and lack community support for breastfeeding. More information can be found at blackbreastfeedingweek.org. Links for more information about the breastfeeding weeks will be provided at the end of the podcast. The Las Vegas Urban League WIC celebrates you and all your efforts to provide human milk to your little ones. I'm super excited because this is one of my favorite months of the year. Please know that providing human milk to your babies is so beneficial to you and your families. Families that provide human milk provide human milk via hand expressing, bottle feeding, donor milk, cup feeding, syringe feeding, spoon feeding, directly from the breast or chest. It all counts. So don't sell yourself short, family, if you provide your milk differently than the traditional methods. So let's explore the ways human milk is beneficial. Birthing, Bonding, and Breastfeeding by Christy Jo Hendricks provides an amazing chart that breaks down the components of human milk. Human milk contains carbohydrates, an energy source, proteins that builds muscles and bones, fats, these are important for brain development, vitamins, even vitamin D, minerals, growth factors, these aid in the maturation of intestinal lining. Enzymes, these are catalysts that support chemical reaction in the body. Nucleotides, these are the chemical compounds that are the structure units of RNA and DNA. Hormones, which are chemical messengers that carry signals from one cell of groups of cells to another via the blood. Antiprotestes, excuse me if I mispronounced that, these are big words, thought to bind themselves to macromolecules such as enzymes and, as a result, prevent allergic and anaphylactic reactions. Antimicrobial factors are used by the immune system to identify and neutralize foreign objects such as bacteria and viruses and more. I can go on, but there's more I want to tap into during these celebrations. So now all those benefits are fantastic, right? And we want to provide these nutritional advantages to our babies, but sometimes it's just easier said than done. Or in some cases, just isn't possible for everyone. Some families do choose not to provide human milk. Some run into challenges that prevent them from doing so. Some of these issues are common and some aren't. So let's talk about one of the most common issues, and that's milk supply. This is the number one concern with breast and chest feeding families. Many question, will I make enough milk? We can't see through the breast like we can a bottle that has measuring lines. So there's other factors that we do have to look into. So before I dive into ways to maintain or build a milk supply, I need to share that, sometimes we are doing everything right and still may struggle. Common things that could delay or prevent the body from making milk are commonly things that affect our hormonal system. These could be things like thyroid issues, PCOS, hyper or hypothyroid issues, obesity, retained placenta, and more. Other deterring issues are pain, damage to the nipple or areola. These are usually signs that adjustments need to be made with either the latch or the position of the feeding person and the baby or the baby. It may be due to oral issues that prevent an infant from latching on correctly, and that can cause some difficulty there. So it's no one's fault at the end of the day. So keeping a lactation consultant in your back pocket along your journey or before your journey starts will be very, very beneficial. You want to speak to the trained professionals when issues arise. These lead me right into the next topic, which I'd like to discuss. But before I do, let me circle back on ways to increase the milk supply or maintain. See, the body rides on the hormonal triggers of baby suckling at the breast. So if we're not suckling baby directly at the breast or having baby suckle directly at the breast, you want to do a lot of, just hand expression or pumping. When the body's constantly being triggered to remove milk from the breast, this is what tells our body to continue making it. So if our schedules are kind of all over the place, or, not to say you have to be like clockwork every 2 hours, because you may be told that, but the milk does need to be moved as often as 8 to 12 times a day or more. So with that being consistent and frequent every day, this is how you can either maintain the supply you have or build it. Again, 8 to 12 times a day or more. That's the key. Again, also, if we're not dealing with hormonal issues that delay that or stop that production. So how does WIC provide lactation support? Guess what? It's free here. I like free. You like free? I like free. Nevada WIC supports breast, chest, and lactating feeding efforts in many ways. The Las Vegas Urban League WIC provides breastfeeding classes for the feeding family member and family, and breastfeeding support classes for the father and or partner of support. And that could be your father, your grandma, your sister, your best friend, basically anybody you consider your support person. We also offer one-on-one consultations to our active enrolled WIC participants with peer counselors and IBCLCs, which means internationally board certified lactation consultants. We provide many essential tools like a variety of pumps, nursing pads, milk storage bags, nipple shields, special needs feeders, and more. These things are of no cost to our participants. So assessments are made to establish which tools may best fit your situational needs. So we offer referrals also for participants that may be experiencing postpartum depression or any other mental health concern. We do understand that this journey can be difficult and challenging, and we want families to know that the support is here in the Valley. Nevada WIC provides a website that is filled with helpful information to support lactation efforts. Visit breastfeeding.fns.usda.gov.
Awesome. So there are also local coalition groups, that the Southern Nevada Breastfeeding Coalition, that provides community events like Nurturing Naturally, which just took place, but it's happening again in April 2023. They provide a great resource list for the Nevada birthing community, for new parents and physicians looking to extend their network.
Great coalition we have right here in our Valley, guys. Tap into the resources that are here. So let's talk a little bit more about breastfeeding nutrition, right? What are some questions you receive about breastfeeding and nutrition, Rowena?
Okay, so one of the main questions I receive is, do I need extra calories while breastfeeding? Making breast milk takes extra calories, so you do need to eat a little more than someone who isn't breastfeeding, about an additional 250 to 500 calories a day, and it will give you, the energy and nutrition to produce milk for your little one. And some other questions I receive are about drinking caffeine. I know a lot of our moms are tired because you stay up and it's difficult, it's a change in life. So you are able to drink caffeine. So about, like 2 cups of coffee, so about 300 milligrams of caffeine. But you do want to drink it in one sitting and not prolong it. So, it's not just in your system. You want to just quickly put it in there. You're not waiting all day long on it. So what foods should you avoid? So you don't necessarily have to avoid foods, but limiting high sugar foods like candy, cookies, desserts, because they are empty calories and can lead to weight gain and other possible health problems. And only avoid foods that you or your baby are intolerant to, because that just is not a good thing, and that's not a good time. So, and drinking water. So when it comes to drinking water, we like to say, not waiting till you're thirsty. So as a nursing mother, you do need to be drinking fluids because you are making fluids in the breast milk for your baby as well. So aiming for about 16 cups of water a day, but it doesn't just have to come from a water source. So it's from like your foods, beverages, and drinking water is also one of the ways to keep yourself hydrated. And if you do want a specific number, maybe aiming for about 13 cups or about 104 ounces a day. Just don't wait till you're thirsty is the main thing, though. Okay. So, and then another question I receive is about eating fish. So because of the mercury in fish, some parents are concerned about consuming it, but fish and seafood provide us important nutrients. It's important to reduce your exposure to known chemicals such as mercury, though. So avoid eating large bottom-dwelling fishes while breastfeeding. So like shark, swordfish, king mackerel, orange raffy. So those are some of the high mercury fishes. The best fishes to eat are like cod, salmon, shrimp, tilapia. They're low mercury fishes, and you can eat that about 8 to 12 ounces a week. And this is one of my favorite ones to receive, which is, can we take supplements while breastfeeding? We can't tell you what to take or not take because, we're not your doctor. So it is best to speak with your doctor in regards to supplementing. But we can provide you with a list of, we have a list of medications on there. So we are able to provide you that book to look over, but it is best to speak with your doctor even after looking at that book or before looking at that book. So.
Yeah, we do provide some great information here. So thanks for sharing that. So the Las Vegas Urban League website also provides a host of information as well, nutrition consults and classes, or when these are taking place, breastfeeding classes, community events. We have newsletters, podcasts, press releases. So if you haven't already done so, jump onto our website and find out more about how the Las Vegas Urban League WIC can serve you. Visit wiclv.org. Follow our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe out there. Enjoy all the festivities supporting breastfeeding this month throughout the community. See you all soon. Have an amazing day.